We're using nth term rules. Okay, nth term rules for 8f. It's the same thing. It's just now it's nth term rule. Okay, remember your recurrence relation looks like this. Okay, where you've got v0. Tell me what's v0, and then how do you get the next term? Okay, but for your nth term rule, you've got v0, but here, use this rule here. Okay, so it's going to be the same as what it used to be. If you guys remember, back in the day, to find any term, it's going to be a times r to the power of n minus 1. That's the nth term rule here. But remember, because we're using v0, there's no more minus 1. Okay, and it's just v0. So instead of looking at tn, it's going to be vn. Okay, so it's the same thing. Okay, it's just now you've just used slightly different letters, and just make a note of how you find the r value. Okay, sometimes the r value might be compounding monthly, weekly. Okay, it'll change. So make sure you're reading that. And for depreciating, obviously it's that. And if it's increasing, it's going to be plus. Okay, I don't think there's any example. Oh no, they're both here. Okay, so if it's depreciating, it's plus. If it's increasing, it's yeah. Sorry, if it's increasing, it's plus. If it's depreciating, it's minus. Okay, let's just do some examples so we can get it. First one, part A. Saul borrows 8,000 from the 4,800 from the bank, so that's already my V0. Charges 6% per annum, compounding monthly. Okay, so some important information there we need to figure out. So we need to write a rule for his debt after n months. So for the rule, it should look like this: Vn equals V0 multiplied by r to the power of n. Okay, so in my formula, it's these ones. It's the nth term rule, Joseph. It's this one. Yeah, just reread it. So we're going to find the nth term rule for this. Okay, so always read the question. It says write a rule. So when you see the word rule, nth term rule, right? And you just need to tell me what is Vn. So what is V0? What is the r to the power of n? Okay, so we've got to figure out what are those numbers. Already I can tell V0 is 4,800. Okay, so that's easy enough. But what's the r value? Okay, so the r value, remember, if it's depreciating, it's minus, but if it's increasing, it's plus. So it's going to be r equals 1 plus the percentage divided by the number of compounds, okay, over 100, okay, for the r value. Reading the question, I can tell that already the percentage rate is 6%, and it's compounding monthly. So 6 divided by 12 over 100 for the r value on this question. So my Kaz, 6 divided by 1 plus 6. Use brackets, it's really good. And if you want, use your fraction button. Okay, that does definitely make things a lot easier. 6 divided by 12 over 100 equals, and then if you get that, press Control Enter, 1.005. So the r value is 1.005. Okay, part B.
So, what's n?
N here, n doesn't change. N is just whatever term you're looking for. Yeah. So part B, let's use the rule. What's the value of the investment after 2 years? Okay, now think about this. Yeah, read the question properly. You're compounding monthly. Okay, but if after you want to find out the value after 2 years, how many compounds has that been? If you're compounding monthly, 24. So you're looking for the 24th term. Trick question there. Yeah, you're not looking for the second term, 24th term. So it's going to be V2 equals V0, which is 4,800 times V24. My bad. To the power of 24. Okay, you're looking for the 24th term. So using your formula, put that in. Oops. So that'll be 4,800. Oh, outside. 4,800 multiplied by 1.005 to the power of 24. Okay, Those are the sort of questions you'll get in the exam and on the SAC. You gotta actually read the question properly. It was 5,410 and 37 cents. Okay, so that's the answer there. Yep.
On like the actual stack and exams, do you have to put dollar signs or not?
No, not necessarily, but I like to put it anyway. Okay, at the end of which month does Sol owe at least 5,500? Okay, so see here, use your calculator recursively. Look for the one that's below. What is it? At least 5,500. Okay, so on my calculator, just double check. You can use your formula for this using solve, but you can also do it this way. Yeah, so 4,800, and then times it by 1.005. So 1.005. So we're looking for 5,500 and below. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So it looks like on the 28th term is when it will go below 5,500. So V28. Is it below or above? What does it say? At least 5,000. So I'll write on the 28th term. 28th month, sorry.
Oh shit.
So how much will he owe? 5519.39.
Jackie Jones.
So on the 28th month, he will owe that much. It's a good idea to write how much it is as well. How much he'll owe. That's it. Part C, assuming that the principal is the same, what per annum interest rate would give a total debt of 5,800 after 2 years? Round your answer to 2 decimal places. All right. This one gets a little bit tricky, okay, because it's not asking for the rate, it's asking for the initial, what's this percentage going to be? Okay, so this one does get a little bit tricky to do, but you need to use your solve function. So for these questions, okay, you'll need to use your solve function a lot. First of all, let's read the question. Okay, what are we actually looking for if you read the question? So assuming that, so the V0 stays the same, so V0 is still 4,800. What is the per annum interest rate? Okay, what's the rate going to be? Would give you a debt of 5,800 after 2 years. Okay, a lot of information there. Okay, so already my principal I already know is 4,800. Okay, my debt, so my VN is going to be this. 2 years. So how many terms would that be already? 24. So it's 24th term. So on my formula, remember your formula was this: VN equals 4,800 times 1.005 to the power of n. So that information is saying if Vn was 5,800, what would V0 be if the rate... Oh no, sorry, V0 stays the same, my bad. What would the rate be? So what's this guy? First of all, what is this guy if this one was 24? Okay. Sorry, yeah, missed a zero there. Okay, but remember, this is just what the first part of it. After that, you're going to need to figure out what is the actual percentage rate in the beginning. I know, it's a bit crazy, but that's what happens. Solve. So use your solve function here.
How do you solve?
So type in solve in your CAS. Literally type solve. 5,800 equals 4,800 multiplied by... I might call this X. You can call whatever you like to the power of 24. And then press the button on the right, comma, X, close the bracket.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Don't worry, just wait.
What does that mean? 4,800. That makes sense. What does that mean?
Just press Control Enter.
Chinese.
There you go. Press Control Enter. And it'll give you the answer. So it's 1.00792.
Wait, what did you do? Just press enter again?
Control Enter. Control Enter. Because what's happened is the calculator, depending on the mode it's in. Okay, it might have just given it to you as a fraction. That's why. So just press Control Enter. 1.00792. Does it? So if it's to 2 decimals, so it'll be x equals 1.01. Yep. Don't copy this.
Is it negative or is it positive?
It's got to be positive.
So why is it negative there?
I think because it's an indice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because if it's to the power, it's an even number. Okay, if you multiply negative enough times, it'll still be a positive answer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But if it was an odd number, then it'll definitely be one or the other. Okay, so it says to 2 decimals, so 1.001. Now, tricky part here is that, remember, this is not the final answer. This is just the R value. You've got to figure out what's the original percentage rate of this.
So just like.
So do you remember that formula I showed you guys to find the percentage?
Yeah.
It's going to be R take away 1 times 100. Yeah, from the original. But, okay, this is where, again, it gets even trickier. Okay, the number of compounds. How many compounds was this? So that multiplied by 24. So that, now you're going to multiply by the number of compounds. It is pretty hard, but this is the caliber of work that you're expected to do in year 12. So 1 minus 1, so 1.01 multiplied by 100 multiplied by 24. So the rate is 24.
That's mine. Okay.
Oh wait, do you write 24? It's how many compounds per year? Sorry, per month. So how many compounds in a year? That's way too much.
What's the formula for?
So this is to find. So remember how I told you guys this is to find the percentage, but that's for the if it's an annual rate. Okay.
Times 2.
Well, how many compounds in a year?
24.
In a year, 12. So it should be times 12.
But why the 12?
Because there's 12. We've compounded this rate 12 times.
Oh. But it says 2 years though.
Compounding monthly.
But it says 2 years.
Yes, but that's the rate for finding the percentage.
Oh my gosh. What? No, it's dumb. What's
So
times 12? It says 2 years.
Yes, but no, this is for annual rates. So you're finding the actual rate per year. So it should be
Okay,
1
so
point.
What per annum interest rate? Oh, okay, so per annum, so that's the main thing.
Yeah. What was I doing?
This
One.
looks like a 1 on G.
I know it's annoying, but again, this is the sort of stuff that you'll be doing in year 12. Yeah. So
I want to hit body. I want to squeeze my whole brain.
okay. All right. What's the next one?
So I didn't answer the question.
12%.
Oh, top.
Yeah. All right. Let's go to the next one. Shh. Next one, and then I'll let you guys work because I think that might be it for that one. So we'll do one more example, and that'll be it.
Why is he hearing here?
Shh. Thank you, guys. Okay, this one's a bit trickier again because the next this question here might throw some people off, but the first 3 should be okay. A. Okay, write a rule. So this is the nth term rule for this one. Look at the information. You know that that's V0. This is the percentage rate, and it's only doing it once a year. So it's only compounding once a year. So we don't have to worry about the other rules. Okay. So for the first one, V0, 12,500. Joseph, Bobby, make sure you're copying. VN. Oh, sorry. This is I'm sorry. This is the nth term rule. My bad. Not the recurrence relation. So remember the nth term rule? V0 times R to the power of n. So it should look like this. So you're just telling me what is V0, what is the R to the power of n. I already know that V0 is 12,500. The R value, okay, read the question. This is depreciating. Okay, so it's going to be 1 minus the percentage over 100. Now, it's not compounding monthly or weekly or anything like that. It's just compounding annually, so you don't have to change it. Alright, so that would be 1 take away 8.25 over 100. So the R value for this sorry, 8.25 divided by 100, 9175. This says, doesn't say to round, so we'll just go all four numbers. Okay, that's part A, done. Okay, part B. These ones are, I think, a bit easier. So find the value of the photocopier if it depreciates after 4 years. Okay, so you're looking for the fourth term. And because it's fourth term, because it's not compounding monthly or annually or weekly or anything like that, just the fourth term. So V4 would be equal to 12,500 times 0.9175 to the power of the fourth term. Okay, so my CAS, 12,500 multiplied by 0.9175 to the power of the fourth term. So 8857.97.
Should it be because it says
Whole number?
so round to the nearest dollar, so shouldn't it be?
What would it be?
8,
Good,
so 5,
good. That's what I was going to get to. So it'll be 5.8. So it says round to the nearest dollar, it'll be 5.8. Part C, at the end of which year will the photocopier be worth no more than 7,500? So using your calculator recursively, okay, you know that it starts at 12,500, you're multiplying by 0.9175. Right, thank you guys. So you're looking for when it will be worth less than 7,500. So, alright, term 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Term 6 weeks or year 6, it'll be less than 7,500.
It's like less than 1%, I see it.
I would prefer if you did. Part D, last one. Okay, part D, assuming that the rate stays the same. So highlight that the rate is the same. So this thing won't change. Elion. What must V0 be? So what's V0 going to be if it is worth 10,000 after 4 years? So round to your nearest dollar. So what that's saying is your rate is going to still be 0.9175. What's V0 if Vn is 10,000 and N is 4? So that means your formula is going to look like this. 10,000. Thank you. 10,000 is equal to, what is V0? Sorry, is it hurting people's eyes? So we're nearly done. V0 times 0.9175 to the power of 4. So what is comma V0? So you're going to solve for V0. But remember on your CAS, you can't actually write V0. So you'll just put 10,000. Oh, sorry. Solve. 10,000 equals, change that to X or whatever you want it to be. 0.9175 to the power of 4, comma x. So that means x is 14,111 and 6 tenths.
Stay on that screen for 1 second. Because that's really sick. Because I don't really know how to do this.
Stop. Shh.
Bobby, copy this down, please.
10,000.
I got a different answer. So, power 4.
Power 4, press the right button, comma x.
10,000. It's very small. Can't really see much. Oh, equals. Oh, thank you, sir. I really appreciate
Yeah, all good?
that. Wait, so.
How you power 4?
This button. The one with that arrow on top. This one. Alright, ready? So we're going to finish up.
So it says no, like you're wrong.
Did you press the right? Does it look exactly like this?
Yeah.
I don't think it
Your
does.
bracket, I have a bracket. Wait.
Yeah, check your brackets.
So it's
Oh,
like,
yeah, I got you. Yes, it's yeah, it says that you power 4. You have to figure it off, you have to go off right.
yeah.
Cool. And that is basically, just give me a second. Give me a second while I finish this one. And that's basically it for that question. I'm going to stop there and let you guys just continue on with 8F now. Okay, so work on 8F.